Hey guys, this is Mick. How you going? Well, it's been pissing down all night. Super windy, so I'm not going to go for a ride today. I did have today planned to go for a ride pretty early this morning, or maybe this afternoon, but the rain's just stopped now, but it's just not going to be worth it. We'll just destroy the trails. So yeah, so I thought I'd just go through with you guys what I take when I go for a ride. My rides go from pretty much 1 hour to about 3 hours. They're not massive all day rides, just don't have time for that, and I'm pretty well fucked to do any more than that anyway. So I thought that maybe you guys might find this interesting, something a little bit different, and maybe you can pick up something that I have, that I take that you guys don't. You think, hey look, that's a really good idea. Or vice versa, you can shoot me a message in the comments and just say, hey, look, why don't you take this, or why don't you take that, or why are you taking this? So anyway, we'll get started, eh? What I will go through first is, I've got this, I keep this in the car, I keep it in the man cave here, and it's just a milk crate that I found, and I keep all my riding gear in it. So I've got knee protection. They're the 510 free rider elements, ribbed for my riding pleasure. Full face helmet, gloves, spare gloves, and I just keep this just in case. I keep it in the car, and yeah, so that's it. So what I do is just grab this out of the shed, put it in the car, sort of when I put the bike in the car. So sort of makes sense. It's a pretty good idea. I like it. Craney told me about it, but I think he might have got it off Seth's bike hack. So, but I like it. It's a pretty good idea. It keeps everything nice and ventilated too in this milk crate that I found, and yeah, pretty happy with this. Nice and convenient. So this is my hydration pack. It's got, and look, it carries 2 litres of water, and I find that's enough for that 1 hour, 3 hour ride. If I do any longer, I just put the bottle cage on, and basically just take a water bottle. I freeze it overnight, and by the time I get to it, it's still nice and cool. So it's got a couple of zips on, a couple of compartments. That one's sort of stuck, but okay. But yeah, it's got plenty of room in here. It's got lots of little hidey holes, and it's more than enough for me. It's nice and light, and even with the 2 litres of water in it. So what I take a small little handy pump. I had to use this a couple of times now, and I've done mates' bikes as well, and it's really good. I'm really impressed with it actually. Yeah, it pumps air. Also, insect repellent. I can tell you now, if you want to be the hero on the trails with all your mates, you take this. When you're at a trailhead and there's usually like 7 or 8 guys and they're all doing this, especially in summer, you want some Aerogard, and I tell you what, everyone will love you. Somehow I've lost the lid off this, so I don't know what's happened there, but it still works, and I always make sure keep the Aerogard Tropical Strength. Really, really good. I just wouldn't ride without it. Yeah, so I always take a spare set of gloves as well. Reason being, because generally when you ride it gets really, really sweaty. So I like to make sure that, if we're going to do some trails that are pretty gnarly, that you got, decent grip. And sometimes you can turn, like the gloves I've got now, I've got the Troy Lee Design cross-country ones. We only wear a really light one. These are the 661 cross-country ones, because of the conditions. It's so hot. I will say that these have been really good, and I've had about, I reckon, 8 or 9 of these, pairs of these, and I'm onto the Troy Lee now, only because they were cheap when I was looking for them, and these went up in price. But they're really, really good as well. Multi-tool. So this is pretty sick, this. It's got everything you need on it. It's pretty big. It's even got a tube repair kit on it. The reason I did have another one, a smaller one. I think it was a Crank Brothers one or something that someone gave me. But my kids got me this from the hardware store one day. I thought it'd be pretty cool. And so yeah, sort of a bit of sentimental, and they'll probably kill me if I wasn't using it. So I'm also a bit of a snacks guy. I don't mind to have a bit of the old feed when I'm out riding. This one here, these are the sorts of ones I take. So I don't take all, I just take one, or if I'm riding with Craney I take two, because sometimes you've got to feed him as well. These are just the natural bars. These ones here, a protein bar. Woo! Might get a PR if I eat that. But this one here, trail mix. So I reckon it's even made for us when we go trail riding. It's got to be. It's a trail mix. Got to have snacks, kids. So also take a bandage. This one I haven't had to use it yet. I have used bandages before when I've been out on the trails a couple of times, and it's just handy to have. And when you need one, you haven't got one, you kick yourself, you know. Especially like if your mate goes down, or if you fall up, you know, fall over, have a crash, that you can sort of bandage something up and head home. And it's just really handy to have. Or even a snake bite. I did actually have a snake bite kit, and my father-in-law decided it'd be really good to have that, and he took it. So take some paracetamol. I don't know why. Just do. Zippy ties. Definitely got to have zippy ties in your kit when you go for a ride. Especially here, stuff breaks pretty easy. You always clipping stuff, or if you have a crash. And I've used these. You can tell I had about 7 or 8 of each. And I've only got a couple of the smaller ones left. But yeah, I've got a couple of these big ones. They come in real handy. Once again, hopefully you never use them, but always take them. I don't know why, but I always take this. This is my lucky tyre lever. Now, I've never used it. I've used it here before, you know, setting up bikes, or, you know, to get putting new tyres on or something. But whenever I've had this in my kit, I've never had a flat. True. So whenever the last time, I actually took it out to put new tubes in my wife's bike, and I forgot to take it, and that was the time. It was a month or two ago. I went for a ride with Craney, and I got it my first flat in about 3 years. So this is my lucky tyre lever. I take it. Superstitious. The kitchen sink as well, that goes in. No, that's just trying to be funny. Oh, I also take these snap lock bags. They're just from Glad. I just get them out in your kitchen. You can find them in your pantry, where my wife keeps ours, and I use it. I usually just put my mobile phone into it, just in case, you know, whatever, you get a bit of water in there or something, or, you know, it starts to rain. You can always just chuck it in there. That's just, I just keep it in there just as a little bit of protection for it. But it's a good idea to have these, and I usually have a couple, but unfortunately I've only got one, so I've probably given one to someone over the time. Here I've just got the handlebar mount for my lights. I just keep a couple of spares of these in there. Not that I do a lot of night riding these days, but yeah, I just keep them in there just in case, because, you know, you never know if you get, and these can break and do break. So, and even if you're riding with someone, we've pretty much all got the same cheapo Chinese trail lights. So yeah, I just keep one of these handy, or a couple of these handy, and just in case they break, someone needs them. So this is pretty important. I've been listening to music when I ride, and I've tried those ones that just hook around your ears, and I've got terrible fucking Neanderthal ears, I think, because they just don't fit into my ear. They fall off. I've tried a wireless one, and these ones here, I found these off in my daughter's bedroom one day. So I decided to take them, and they fit really. They stay in, and so yeah, usually when I'm riding solo, I'll go up for a ride, and on the first climb up, usually just plug it into the phone, listen to some tunes. So lately I've been listening to Twisted Wheel. I don't know if you've heard of them or whatever. They are unreal. A mate of mine, Lee, one of the Tin Donkeys, he put me onto them, and it's just, they've become a bit of a family favourite. My young bloke loves them. Yeah, check them out, Twisted Wheel. And you've got to check out a song, You Stole the Sun. It's absolutely an absolute banger. Yeah, so that's what I take, guys. I just want to do something different, and I know that people really like that that last or the video I did of when I did like a bit of a bike review, if you call it, of the trance, something different than riding, and the feedback we got from that was really good. So yeah, hopefully you got something out of that, or if there's anything that you know that you don't take that I take, you go, hey, look, that's a pretty good idea. Maybe this was useful to you, or you just had a couple of minutes of just wasting time watching YouTube. Yeah, so about the channel, it's going really well. We're getting the subscribers up, and we're starting to get a lot more comments, likes, even dislikes. That's cool. We're happy with that. It just means you watched it. So if anyone has a mate or a family member, whatever, that you think would be interested in what we do, send them the link, because we're trying to get as many subscribers as possible. We're never going to go Patreon or anything like that. We're just trying to, more for our own ego, and just we know that people are enjoying what we do. So that's where we're at with that. I'll also put in the Tin Donkeys. There's a mad bunch of blokes that I know from the UK, in the north of England, and they're just the best bunch of blokes, and their videos are hilarious. They have a YouTube channel, and you can get their stuff on Pink Bike as well. But that's their shirt. Oi, donkey! Hanging up there. Proud to wear it. Craney and Nathan, really, we're all proud Tin Donkeys. And yes, I'll put in the comment section, I'll put the link to their YouTube page as well, because it's pretty good. They've got some really good videos, and the conditions they ride are completely different to what we ride, Craney and I ride. So we sort of ride trails, they ride soup. You should see some of the stuff they ride in. It's unreal, and they're all really skilled riders, and they all have a laugh. Like, some of their stuff is so funny. So anyway, I'll put that up as well. That's the Tin Donkeys YouTube page. Yeah, guys, so if there's anything that you take that I don't, or think would be a good idea, just let us know. Because you can never, you can go overloaded. Oh, the fucking dog's just shit itself.
Motherfucker.
Did you fart? What have you been eating? Man, that's not healthy. That's disgusting. I thought your breath was bad. Man, that's so bad. Oh, I've eaten it. I can taste that fart. Fuck. You're sad, Jacko. You're sad, man. Yeah. Yeah. My dog just shit itself. Fair dinkum. Guys, thanks so much for watching this. We so much appreciate you spending the time watching what we do. We have so much fun doing it, and we sort of look forward to it. And our stuff, we don't really plan it. It's just a case of turning up and we put the GoPro on. Sometimes, I know earlier stuff that we did, we put on Pink Bike, was just absolutely hilarious. And we try to do things a little more serious now, but I think you find that we're going to sort of evolve back into that funny side of what we do, because to us, mountain biking and the whole culture of mountain bike, it's just fun. Good times with mates, getting outdoors, having a bit of fun, and just, getting rid of that bad mental energy that you have, leave it out on the trails. So thanks so much, guys. We'll catch you later, eh? Hooroo.